What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Road to Glory Career Mode. We're into episode number 41. Today, guys, we have 3 more games plus a couple of simmed games in between just to give you guys something to watch and view. And of course, guys, if you are enjoying the series or if you do end up enjoying this episode, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. So, of course, the last 2 days, no double uploads in either of the 2 days, and the simple reason being that I explained in both of those, or maybe the last one, the one that was uploaded on the Thursday, is that I've been extremely busy IRL. But hopefully we will be having a double upload tonight, so when you're seeing this, it is 4 o'clock, and then hopefully there'll be one coming out at 6, if I do get around to, in fact, doing that. But in today's episode, guys, we've got the 3 games that we will be playing in terms of gameplay. And then, as I mentioned, possibly, I think there's 2 simmed games in this episode, but I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure there's 2, one of which falls in the league, and the other one is the EFL Cup. So the first of which comes up against Preston here. Now, of course, if you remember back to last episode, we were talking about David Villa and his impact in the Championship and how it's not been that great compared to what he was in the League One, which, you know, is to be expected. He's retiring at the end of the season anyway, so at the end of the day, we won't be getting rid of him. He will be retiring here at Hartlepool, so that's not a situation to be in. But for now, there's a possibility that he could potentially lose his spot to Riera Canadell. I mean, you can see by the league table, we're doing pretty well for ourselves. You know, 9 wins, 3 draws, 0 defeats in the first 12 games isn't too bad. But if we take a look as well at the best defensive teams, we've only conceded 3 goals. Now, a lot of that is down to the fact that we have one of the better defences in the league. But in terms of our defensive unit, we have 3 or 4 very good centre-backs, plus then a very decent right-back and left-back. At this situation that I'm in right now, we have potentially a full 70 rated squad in every single position, barring the 2 wingers, which at the moment is Alvarez, I think, is a 69, and Anake is 69 as well. So in terms of that, I'm very happy to say that at least. But 52 minutes into this game against Preston, it took very, very late to be able to get ourselves a chance in this. It took right into the second half. We eventually did get a chance. Anake, I rushed it. I should have been able to try and hold on to this and just try and finish it into the corner. But for some reason, I rushed my chance. And in the end, we made an absolute howler of it. And then from the corner, the header was straight at the keeper. And 66 minutes in, Preston on the edge of my area. I eventually did get the ball off them here. Clear it up the pitch here, go on the counter-attack as well. Give it into Ollie Hill. Ollie Hill to David Villa, the man that we were talking about, him not having the greatest of impact in Championship football this season. He then eventually gets a lot of luck as the defender does make the tackle, but takes so long to turn on the ball that Villa nicks it back off him, runs through, one-on with the keeper. And, you know, when he's in that situation, David Villa is clinical. He is world-class when it comes to one-on-one situations. But I mean, in terms of his finishing goal-scoring ability right now, it is decreasing by every single game. And you saw it last game. He should have buried the chance that he got in that one. So there, I wasn't 100% confident that it was, in fact, going to be going into the back of the net. But thankfully to see that it did, in fact, do so. 84 minutes in, this is a very stupid tackle to make. This situation, guys, that's the one place you do not want to be sliding in like that. I got very, very, I guess, I got very nervous towards the back end of the 5 minutes thinking that I was going to concede. And when the ball comes in here, I'm spamming clear button there. I don't know why on earth Thomas is trying to bring it down on his chest rather than just trying to get that away. And for some reason, he doesn't win the ball. It comes to Preston, and my impatience in making that tackle on the edge of the area gave them a free kick, which they've scored from and made it 1-1. So with 5 minutes left to play in the game, we could have been taking away 3 points from this one. And again, it falls down to the fact that I was spamming the clear button with Thomas on the edge of the area. And the game, for some reason, decided it wanted to take a touch instead. So no idea why. I mean, you can see it there again. Potentially, does he actually win the ball? Probably not. I mean, if we take a look at it a second time, I'm not sure he actually wins the ball there. So it is what it is. I mean, yes, we dropped 2 points, but at the same time, we're still undefeated. So there is that, you know, to come off the back of that one. But Bournemouth did in fact win their game, so that's not too good to see because now that moves them back 2 points behind us. So we do need to be picking up as many points as we possibly can later on in the episode. But this one here, guys, EFL Cup, as I mentioned before, completely not bothered about the outcome of this one. If we lose, we lose. If we win, great. But we ended up losing 2-0 to Bolton there and actually going out of the EFL Cup. So it is what it is. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes I'll take those defeats. If you're a bit frustrated at the fact I didn't play that, I apologise, but it really is just to save me time because I don't want to be playing EFL Cup games because they really mean nothing. And the monetary value you get from that, for winning it, is basically next to nothing anyway, so it wouldn't really help me out in that situation. Yes, it would be nice to win a cup, but I'm not that fussed personally, and hopefully you guys understand that. And then we went into the second game of the episode, and this one was going to be tough. QPR right now are sat in the top 4. They've had good performances so far against the likes of Bournemouth and the other people around in the top 4. So in terms of that, right, we were looking at this game, and I was genuinely thinking that if we'd have picked up 3 points at Preston, or against Preston, I could have afforded a draw here. I could have avoided that draw. But the thing is, guys, if we get a draw here and Bournemouth win their game, we are on the same points. So we need to be picking up 3 points here. I don't care how we have to do it. I don't care if we play shocking throughout and have to just get a 1-0 win late on and scrape it. But the fact of the matter is, if we draw this game and Bournemouth win theirs, it's all to play for in terms of the top spot. You can see they're sat 3 points behind. In fact, no. Yeah, they're sat 3 points behind. I got that wrong there. So we could we can't really afford the draw. But if we did get a draw and they won, we'd still be a point ahead. So it is what it is. But anything less than the draw or anything less than the draw would be tremendously bad. But anything less really than the win is just as bad, because I do not want to be feeling pressure from Bournemouth, especially when you look at the side that they've got. It's still a very strong Premier League team. So to be in the Championship with that team, it's going to be a really tough ask when we do, sort of come to the back end of the season and see where we actually are in terms of league performances. I'm not expecting to win this division. I spoke about it before, guys. I'm still not expecting to win this league division. If we can win it, that would be absolutely fantastic. But all I'm aiming for is the automatic promotion out of the division. And 34 minutes into this game against QPR, we were the better team throughout the majority of this game. But sometimes in FIFA, you can be the better team. And no matter how many times you try and find the back of the net, it just does not work. And it took right until the 80th minute for anything else to happen. QPR set up very defensively. We're looking to really try and get the draw out here because of, I guess for them, being at home at Loftus Road here, it's one of those situations where they're playing against a top spot. If they get a draw out of this, it's still a good result for them. But for me personally, it wasn't. And when it came to this, and this is a way to grab the winner, this is the little bit of luck you need when you are going to be a league champion. That is a type of luck that I've seen Manchester United get. I've seen, champions of England, Chelsea down the line, a few other teams as well around the world. They've had that sort of luck there. Maybe not to that extent when the young man's putting it in his own net past his keeper. I don't know what he's thinking, whether or not he's trying to knock that back to his man between the sticks, or if he's just trying to clear it. But that was the luck that we need. That's the luck that's going to bring us this championship title. And so if that's the way we're going to win games, I'll take it every single day of the week, because we weren't fantastic in that one. We didn't deserve 3 points. To break down a team like QPR is not easy ask anyways, but you can see by the match facts, I had one shot in the entire game. Like, they had 5, they dominated in terms of shots, but all their shots were just not great areas and stuff. So, in terms of shots created, we didn't really create all that much to get 3 points out of that one. So the fact that we came away from that one with 3 points is a bonus. Now, for me, that was the game sort of doing justice there. The fact that I tried so hard to clear away that Preston chance earlier on in the episode where they drew the game by 1-1 in the 86th minute. The fact I tried to clear it so many times and it didn't do the clearance, I think, personally, that was a little bit of justice coming back through from the game, saying, you probably shouldn't have drawn the earlier game in the episode, so here's a winner in the 86th minute in which you're not even going to score it anyway. It's going to be an own goal. So it is what it is. I mean, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose. So Bournemouth still 3 points behind us at this point. We then took on Nottingham Forest here, and this was the other sim game, and this could have gone so badly for us. If I did not get lucky in this one, and we simmed it and lost, Bournemouth won their game, they would have been on the same points as us. But you can see, actually, they're 1-1 with Bristol City at this point. We went 2-1 up in this one. Luango getting himself a second goal for us and making sure that we take the 3 points away from that one. And I'm pretty sure as well that Bournemouth ended up dropping points there and drawing 1-1. So in terms of a situation, best way that I could have possibly asked for that one to go. And then we had, I think, a training session here. No real growth out of any of the guys involved here. Riera Canadell and Bruno were the two that's mostly involved in our training system as of right now. Canadell getting himself a start over David Villa, I think, for this one. I don't think Villa played in this one, but I don't particularly know what I'm going to do in terms of both those guys, because right now, Jovic is back, by the way, guys. Good to see that one. But right now, in terms of the strikers that I personally think we have here in terms of who is the best striker, I'm going to have to say Riera Canadell. I think Ollie Hill's been brilliant when he plays up there, but for me, he's more of a cam at this point, and in which case, it falls down to who is the better striker out of David Villa, Luka Jovic, and Riera Canadell. And right now, David Villa's not finding his goal-scoring boots like he was back a season ago. Jovic has been out for a long period of time, so you can't really count him in it. And the only other real player that's been able to put the ball in the back of the net when we've needed him to was Riera Canadell. And therefore, that makes the young man even more vital to us. And if he stops scoring, who knows where I'd be at this point. But you can see 11 games won, 4 games drawn, and 0 defeats as of right now, 15 league games in. I think we've still got to play against Bournemouth. I'm not sure we've played against them, but I could be wrong there. We might have actually played against them. I could just be talking absolute crap, really. But, if we play against them, I don't know what I'm going into that one as, because, of course, it's one of those situations, again, where it's like a 6-pointer. You need the victory. If you don't get the victory, it becomes, just increasingly difficult to see if you can win the league title. But in the early part of this game against Huddersfield here, I didn't know what to make of this first half, if I'm being completely honest with you. We dominated from the first whistle. This is a team as well that in real life are high-flying as well. If you've seen what Huddersfield are, they're just grinding out results like it's absolutely easy for them. They ended up going 1-0 down to Rotherham at the weekend and ended up winning it by 3-2. So that's the stuff that you need to do as a football club if you want to get promotion. But 24 minutes in, I'd already had 2 really good chances to take the lead in this one, 2 of which fell to Alvarez, and in both occasions he ended up smacking the ball over the bar, 1 from a header and 1 for the strike. And then this happened in the 33rd minute, and why on earth this hasn't ended up at the back of the net, I don't know. Luka Jovic, back post header, should be getting so much power behind that. So the fact that he hit it straight at the keeper with hardly any power, I was frustrated, and I thought it was going to be one of the situations again where I end up with a 0-0 draw. That was until we stole the ball, gave it off to Luka Jovic, who is thankfully back for us now, and he gets through one-on-one and thankfully finishes the chance off. So with 25 or so minutes to play left in this one, I was absolutely, I was at this point a lot of different just feelings really. Like my team weren't playing well, I wasn't playing well, so the fact that we were still able to grind out the results, it occasionally happens in FIFA where you're not playing good FIFA, your team just don't seem to gel, and sometimes you need that 1 goal or the 1-0 scrappy wins, and we've had that twice in this episode. So in terms of an episode of performances, nowhere near as good as we have been in the league so far this season, but the fact that we got 6 points, or 7 points, out of a possible 9, 2 of them being 1-0 scrappy draw wins, is absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, to say the least, it is what it is. Bournemouth won again against Charlton, so they still, keep that gap remaining where it is right now. But still, I'm very happy to say the least with 5 points clear of them, and it's looking as if we will possibly be getting ourselves automatic promotion come the end of the season. If you have enjoyed this episode though, guys, I'd appreciate if you get a like rating. As always, you guys are absolutely crazy for everything you do for the channel. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I will catch you all with another video very soon. Adios.